high-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. MasterTheMarkets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hi traders, welcome to our live trading workshop today. Today we're going to be taking a look at some intraday positions and also some potential trades that are setting up with all the news and all the events that is happening around the world. It's still up on here. I found our MasterTheMarkets Illustrates conference in the Traders Open Day. So here we are. Just a few admin stuff before we go on to the charts. MasterTheMarkets 2010 channel on our TradingView. If you guys want to follow us, we will post all our potential trades all setting up over here, plus educational videos as well. And also, any stuff that you do not understand or want to go much more deeper, you can go to 7stepstoctp.com, okay? Because I'll just brush through the main points today. So some of you might be wondering, what does that mean? What does that terminology mean? Then you can go to 7 Steps to CTP, put your name, email, and number if you want, and then you will get the 7 videos over here, okay? So that's that. Without further ado, let's go on to our screens. I'll show you the YouTube channel later on as well that you guys can look into. So the first thing I'm going to be taking a look at is our intraday positions at the moment, coming towards the US Open. GBP USD really far high up towards the upside. Over here, one strategy is we're looking at range capture. I talked about all of this in our previous sessions. And also our previous session videos, you can also find it, as I mentioned, on range capture, stretch principle, and all of that. You can find it on our youtube.com/MasterTheMarkets YouTube channel, okay? And all of that will be under the must-watch section or under the live section. You see, we're going live at the moment, right? So some great content and great people that we've interviewed over there as well, including Tom Basso as well, one of the top traders out there. Market visits, you can check all of that later on. Right, cool. So let me just go on to screens back again. So over here on the range capture strategy, what we are looking at is we're looking at a stretch principle. This upper stretch has been taken out, going towards its range for the today. So we won't be able to enter that in terms of the US session, but those of you who have done that on the European session, you could have been on the ride, okay? On here. So the range capture would be 80% of that is 72. How much is the range as of today? That is about 76. So it's already done its range. For those of you who have looked into capturing that, that would have been one of the entries would have been as it breaks out or on the bottom confirmation, either one. Okay, let's see for some setups that are happening at the moment. I will start to take a look at a few things. This one, euro dollar, has gone as well, so I'll brush through that. Gold, on the other hand, let's see. This one is still quite near to its stretch. Movement is a possible setup. I'll see for something which is a bit more obvious. I'll look at DAX as well over here. So this is a good one. I will start to take a look at this one here. So let me just jot that down, DAX. I'll come back to it. So what we usually do is we brush through all the instruments to see if there is a very obvious trade where money is lying on the table where we can start to take it, okay? Right, this one is another one, S&P. So I will start to take a look at S&P as well together with you guys. And then let's take a look at Brent oil as well. Brent oil is within the stretch range as well. Remember, this is just one strategy. We will start to take a look at others if you want to as well, but you can take a look at our channel as well on other strategies. And silver, this is towards the uptrend. Let me just quickly take a look at that. This one is down. So I will take a look at silver a bit more. and see if we are getting a trend alignment. And then after that, then we got a bit of stocks over here before it starts to open, but it hasn't opened yet, doesn't it? It will open a bit more later in about 1 hour. So let's take a look at what we got at the moment. So we got DAX. So let's go and take a look at DAX a bit more closely. So what we got right now, what I'm looking for, I look for 4 things. One is direction alignment or trend alignment. Okay, but before I even start to take a look at the higher time frame, I start to take a look at 2 things. One is the lower stretch has been taken out on the lower time frame, right, on the 1 hour. Okay, and then the other thing, so it's pointing direction towards the down. And then the other thing is also the trend on the 1 hour time frame is also pointing towards the down. Okay, stretch and the trend. Okay, right on the 1 hour time frame. Firstly, we always look to get a direction first, direction bias, and then after that we look at timing. Okay, when to get in. Okay, at the moment this is a downtrend phase 2. I'll wait for some kind of a signal of weakness to come in, but before we jump in out of impulse, right, which we most traders do. So what we then do is, before we do all of this, you must have your rules clearly laid out, which what we have over here. So over here, then I also look for, over here, trend alignment or direction alignment with the higher time frame. At least on the, let me clear this out first. So this one on the 1 hour, we got that, right? Yeah. So now on the daily, what I got is the trend is down, okay? But however, it's a phase 2. Okay, just like this is a phase 2 as well, right? So we're not having direction alignment. Yeah, direction alignment also at the moment is a phase 2, is towards the upside. The only thing we have, it's a downtrend, direction-wise, okay? So the only thing we have going for us, which is confirming for today, is just the 1 hour stretch and the 1 hour trend, okay? In terms of the higher time frame, just the downtrend is confirming, but not the phase 1 or the direction at the moment. Okay, so that's what we have at the moment. I'll quickly check the range as well. Has it completed its range for today? So 0.8 times 265. So let's take a look at that. So 0.8 times 265. Let me see. Right. So 212 is what we got. This one over here, range is 198. Still hasn't done it. It's retracing. So we can start to take a look at this later on. What I will start to take a look before I jump into this trade is that I'll reduce the risk because we don't have any direction or trend alignment. On the 15-minute, I'll start to take a look for an earlier entry. So what I'm waiting for is for the top to confirm with a dot, right? Once I get the dot confirming, then I'm good to go. Now, on top of that, if I want to improve my probabilities, I will also take a look in terms of the DAX, right? So let me go back to my trading view where I got my volume indicators over here as well. So I will load up the WE strategies 2, which should be here. Let me see. I've got the DAX here as well. And then I'll load up on the 1 hour, the volume as well, okay? And on Trade Guider, which we work with a lot, Gavin Holmes and his team, and we do a lot of webinars together as well, where we catch intraday trades live in real time. They have designed this entire thing, and they have also upgraded their volume indicator as well, as you can see over here, yeah? And all of that. So we're starting to see some volume spikes and confirmation towards the downside. VSA also towards confirming towards the downside as well, red dot as well. So all we got to wait is for an orange dot to come in, right? And then after that, we'll start to take the positions towards the downside. If it doesn't, we're not going to be taking that on this particular strategy, okay, on the stretch principle strategy. There's so many different types of strategies you can do. But on this particular one, this is what we are going to be taking a look at. Okay, right. So that's on the 15 minutes. I'll wait for a confirmation on that. Now on the S&P, let's take a look now if everything is aligning. So over here, we got an uptrend, and then we got, we don't have any of the upper stretch or lower stretch being taken out. So we'll wait for that. Now, if we want to enter a bit earlier, what we can do is we can see there's an uptrend. If this bottom gets confirmed, right, then after that, we can start to look a position on the higher probability that will take out the upper stretch. But before I do anything, I'll start to take a look at my higher time frame, right? I'll start to take a look at my daily, which is very good. As you can see, there's a trend alignment, uptrend, direction alignment, phase one, right? I'll start to take a look at peak on the 4-hour as well, right? Over here. And on the 4-hour, however, what we are not having is direction alignment, okay? This is a phase two at the moment. So this is just a little bit that we need to be cautious of, even though it's an uptrend, okay? So over here, if you do want to enter it earlier, my only thing is reduce the risk. I wouldn't take it with full risk. If you want to take it, according to our strategy rules, usually we won't take this trade because there is no trend, there's no direction alignment with the higher time frames, okay? I'll start to quickly just take a look on the 4-hour. Do we have that as well? Again, on the 4-hour, we don't have that. The only thing we have on the daily, we do have the direction and trend alignment. So in terms of that, only the 4-hour we do not have. If it does take out that high, I'll just mark out that level over here, 603644, isn't it? 603644. Right. Perfect. That is your range of the day. That would be a really great entry to go in because once if it takes out that high, then there's a high chance that the trend on the 4-hour will change. Everything will correlate. So this is a good one. So I would say first take a look at 603670. These are the levels. I'll post it on TradingView as well. So this is a really good entry where everything will start to align. And then the low stop loss for being here. Rather than taking an early entry here, I'll quickly take a look at the 15-minute and see how that's going. Again, it's an uptrend, so that's good confirmation here. So some of you want to enter on an aggressive entry. You can start to take a look at your first level of entry being at here, 6028, to take out that high, okay? But on a conservative level, we will be taking a look at over here. And then the target will be for the range of the bar, okay? At 80% usually we take it, isn't it? Right? So on the ATR is 67 points. So 8 times 0.8 times 67, that's about roughly about 70 points, okay? Is what we're looking at. Good. So that's on the S&P. One more thing I'll look at in terms of silver, right? So silver, what we are looking at here, however, silver, if you can take a look, traders, is a downtrend, right? And also is a phase one, right? It's a phase one at the moment, right? So all direction is towards the downside, the higher time frame. Now the 4-hour also, let's take a look, is also downtrend and it's a phase two, right? So both higher time frames are pointing towards the downside, only that this one is a phase two, right? We need to wait for it to come back further down and align to phase one. Will the 1-hour bring it down or not? Okay, is the question. Now, the one thing that the 1-hour can do, the first level for it to break, to turn its trend around, is this level here, okay, which is just below the lower stretch. If you want an aggressive entry, you need to wait for it before it aligns to the downside. Upper stretch just got false breakout and came back down. Those of you who want an aggressive entry, believing that the higher time frame will turn this around, what you can do is you can take an aggressive entry on the close and then a stop for the high over there. Now, for those of you who do not want to do that, what we would prefer over here, first thing I would take a look at and believe that the higher time frame will turn this around. My first level of entry will be for the range of today to be taken out, which is at 30.24, right? And the stop loss being for the swing high or the most recent high that it may form after doing this retracement. Okay, so wait for that one. But for now, it will be here. Let me just move that over here. So for here, we're 30.69, right? And 30.24. And then our target will be towards the range of the day. What is the ATR from yesterday? That's about 80 cents, so about 64 cents is what we'll be going for. Okay, 64 around here, 30.05. But of course, if the structure changes, then we have to look accordingly. So one thing that could happen is, if at the moment, you see, if I were to draw this, I'm just connecting these lines here, right? If I were to draw this and do that, and then it's come back down, and then it does this, right? If the bottom gets confirmed, I still believe in the higher time frame down direction to carry on, then what we would do is we would then move our entry to the low for a short, okay? For this to come back down, turn this into a downtrend, and then take out the lower stretch and then move towards its range, okay? There's a few steps it's got to do before you can make the range of the bar. We've documented it all down, so definitely check out, as I said, 7 steps to CTP over here, right? And then also, then you can watch the videos. We talk about it there as well, and also in our YouTube channel as well. But we'll be following these trades and seeing how they carry on our Trading View channel. So you guys can definitely look into that today, okay? So those are the ones I'll be looking at. So I will be looking at the DAX, as I said, right? You can see it's starting to show a bit of weakness over there, right? So DAX is one, just that the higher time frame alignment is not there, but on the 4-hour, oops, let me just do the 1 hour again. I'll do the 4-hour there, just a quick recap. On the 4-hour, again, it's an uptrend phase 2. There's direction alignment, but not the trend alignment. So not the best of setups, as I mentioned before, but we can still take that on a lower risk, as I said. And then the S&P, which is all aligning at the moment except for the 4-hour, but our entries can be at 6030, 6 to be safe on the S&P, and then the other one is the silver. In fact, among all of them, I would say the highest one that is correlating is the S&P, and after that, silver, if you want to take a contrarian trade towards the downside for the higher time frames to align themselves, okay? And the good thing is, in terms of the volume as well, if I were to take a look over here on the S&P over here, take a look on the S&P here. I think it might be on the other one. Let me see here. Right, so let me just put it up on the S&P. I will have it here. Let me move this. Right, on the S&P, there we go. Right, on the S&P, on the 1 hour, let's do that. Right, 6, 4, no. Yeah, let me just align this up. There we go. And I'm just going to take a look at the volume alignment here by Trade Guider software. As you can see, this was the old one by Trade Guider. We can always put a new one on. Right, so let me just pin this one as well. And then I can do this, right? There we go. So we got all the alignment coming through. So you can see at the moment, it's still a gray dot on the 1 hour. This is the futures, but more or less it would be the same, the direction wise. And I'm looking for a green before we can take it. Okay, that's why I said on the entry level over here as well, start to take a look at more conservative approaches, 6036. And also on the 15-minute, if I were to take a look at it, that's all looking still healthy. If you want a bit more early entry, I would say take out this high over here, right, at 6031.70. We'll see how that performs towards the US Open. I guess traders, that's pretty much that for me. I wanted to go through another strategy as well, but looks like there's not enough time. Maybe I'll do it on our another session next week, which will be happening same time on Wednesday at 1:30. Okay, right. You can put the bell notification icons on. I know some of you say that you're not getting the notifications when we come live. So what I would do is when you want to get in, let me just see, because I've not, for some reason it has logged me out. Let me just quickly just sign in. I'll show you what you got to do, because I know it's the usual thing what people usually say, that they're not getting notifications when we go live. So over here, so if you can see my screen, you can see the subscribe. What you got to do is click on the drop down box and click on the all icon, all bell icon. Then every time we go live, it will send you a notification, or anytime we post a new video, so that you can catch all these things in real time. So S&P will be the highest one, and then followed by silver, and then I will be taking a look at DAX as well. I posted on the TradingView channel, and you can also follow us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MasterTheMarkets, to go in depth. I would say 7 steps to ctp.com. All right, traders, I guess that's pretty much that for me on this video. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.